The two-volume set, Insight on the Scriptures, is a Bible encyclopedia published by Jehovah's Witnesses. Did you know? An update to the Insight books in 2018 removed an argument for Noah's flood. Originally, Volume 1, page 328 displayed 3 lines of reasoning supporting a global Noah's flood, the flood legends chart, the Chinese character for ship, and the reconstruction of the frozen mammoth, and one of them was removed. Can you guess which? The case of the missing argument for Noah's flood. After the update in 2018, the Chinese character for ship was the one removed. Instead, the box of the mammoth was moved up and enlarged with a new picture to cover the new void. While there was no explanation provided for this removal, the likely reason is linguistic. The caption said that it was of interest that the Chinese character for ship is derived from the idea of 8 persons in a vessel, and that this bore a striking resemblance to the Bible account about Noah and his family of 3 sons and the wives, 8 persons who survived the flood in an ark, as stated in 1 Peter 3 verse 20. However, the Chinese character for ship consists of a vessel radical on the left, and a phonetic element on the right. The phonetic element has 2 parts. The upper part is a primitive ideograph for divide, though it looks the same as the character for 8. And while the lower part is the pictograph for mouth, these 2 elements have phonetic significance only. Thus, it may only be coincidental that the number 8 is associated with this character. Another problem with this character is mythological. That is, no Chinese flood legend incorporates the idea of 8 people surviving. In other words, why was that notion of 8 survivors only seen in their character for ship, and not reflected in a flood legend? The only Chinese flood legend in the flood legends chart is one called Lolo. In this legend, one man and his 4 sons survived a flood in a log, totaling 5 people, and if his 4 sons each had a wife, then the total is 9. 8 was not a special number in this Lolo flood legend. Another Chinese flood legend features only 2 people, Nuwa and her husband. Nuwa is the mother goddess of Chinese mythology, and the character Nu is literally female, and is a common prefix on the names of Chinese goddesses. So, not only does Nuwa have nothing to do with Noah, she and her husband are 6 people short of 8. Thus, if the idea of 8 people surviving the flood was preserved in China, then why was it only possibly reflected in the character for ship, and not featured in Chinese flood legends? With these predicaments in mind, we can understand that it was a good idea to remove that Chinese character from the Insight book. It belongs in the dustbin of history,